talk about what you've researched. And
he plays the Batman that appears in Red Sun plays a small but memorable role.
Wait, Batman
as
or,
a Russian,
or Superman?
This is Batman.
Oh, yeah.
As working with the American agent to destroy Superman. So is he still called Batman or is he Red Sun? Red Sun is the Superman.
Red Sun is
the Superman, the Russian version, right?
Yes, the Russian version. So this one, if Russia got him, into all
he landed there. He landed in Russia. This is from the
series of Elseworld.
Yeah.
So it's the Red Sun Batman. So there's a whole bunch. Like if you go even like on Amazon, these things are expensive. The toys. Like I'm talking about like $100.
The one he has the logo of the Russian, the old school republic before it fell down.
Yeah, but the interesting thing for the Red Sun Batman, he still has his Batman symbol, so it has not been modified on there too. But Superman, Red Sun, and I'm gonna.
But you know what? This is a movie. I can't see it as a movie. It's too confusing
not
for
with
people.
everything going on with Russia.
No, because that movie made it at the box office, and then they probably figure that Russia tampered with Facebook to get the movie to sell more tickets. We don't want that stuff.
All that stuff.
All right, so let's move on to that. And
but you want to hear how expensive? If you would get the big collectible statue of Batman Red Sun, okay, guess how much a limited edition?
$700.
Close, $500, and it's not that cool. He looks like he's taking a dump on a rock.
Do you see how she treats our comrades now?
Excuse me.
Look how she treats her comrades. Yeah, that's how you talk to comrades. Now, the next one is Batmanga. This is from the 60s inspired American television show. Japan saw Batman craze that swept the nation. They're talking about actually doing like a movie that looks like the Adam West, Burt Ward from the 60s Batman, because it was and it's still huge in Japan right now. That's a big fad out there. The old school kind of looking, retro looking. Would you want to see that in the movie? Would it go over?
It depends. I mean, the comics, like you said, like the Batmanga, like they even have a limited hardcover editions that Chip Kidd has produced for a lot of people, and they're still selling, even though like the hardcover was out for 2008. And the pages, people, we're talking about like 384 pages. So it is a genre that's still really popular. There's been a couple of even like Marvel, like for the Frontier Adventures movies, and it's okay, but it's not something I'll wait for it on at home, but I wouldn't go pay for the movie theaters. But there are some huge manga fans, so you go for it, But it's a different style, it's a different look. But
movie in the U.S. do good? Yes or no?
I'm just gonna say yes.
Wow.
And you?
I say no.
You said no.
No.
So we'll put on our Twitter account a feed. If you've never seen it, there is Chip Kidd's manga video from China. So that's on our Twitter account at Your Nerd Side. So if you want to check it out and get some Batman and get some manga.
So the next one on the list was Red Rain. Have you ever read that one?
No, that I have not.
It's the vampire versions of Batman.
Oh, I've never any vampire versions of anything.
So he had to defeat the legendary vampire Dracula himself. So he found a young vampire, and the only way to defeat the vampire was he had to become a vampire himself. No. All right. I'm not into that.
You're not into that,
no.
Right?
Kingdom Come? You're into that?
No.
No?
You?
No, not really. Gotham by... No.
You put so much on the script that you're not into.
No, because these are the ones I search online. These are the things that people want to see into movies. Gotham by Gaslight. Well, I saw this, and they already did a cartoon about it. I've watched it.
But do you know how big the Kingdom Come series was? I do actually have the comic books.
I've heard it was big, but I don't...
It's the drawings that was done by Alex Ross,
yes.
and he's very well known.
Alex Ross
in the series.
Alex Ross, I love you. You're a nice guy. He came up and talked to us twice.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's just the storyline was just not compelling. It's even though it was brilliantly drawn and wasn't dark, but the story was just so dark, and it's just. I'm sorry, I was like life. I always go and look at the positive stuff. There's always plenty of caca around the world, but we gotta clean it up. Bring in those Clorox wipes.
All right, so Gotham by Gaslight. They did a cartoon about that. Yeah. They already did it. We saw it. I didn't particularly like the cartoon. It was like boring. The next one on the list is, and people want to see this, and I told you it's pretty high up there. Batman Beyond. And will they do good? We just talked about it. Yes, we want to see Terry McGinnis take over as the new Batman. The whole thing is are they going to tie it in like Terry McGinnis is more of a clone or offspring of Batman? So,
offspring?
Yeah.
Oh, stop with the clone.
Well, they said it's
not you. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, but they're just saying he's a clone. I don't know. I really want to see that. So yes. I want to see the futuristic gadgets and the weaponry and what happens, how they bring the Joker back. And if you haven't seen the series, he's brought back through a computer. Now, the next one is the Batman live action TV. This is the Silver Age of comic books. Want to see that? We've already seen that pretty much.
Yeah,
we've seen that. Frank Miller's Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. But isn't this exactly what we've had for the longest time?
Yeah, so, maybe that's the thing is, like, so a lot of times they'll reproduce the exact same thing just because they don't want any more originality, right? Like, they want to stick with the formula that works. And Frank Miller, it's really dark. It takes a long time, too. But also, I think the country is just a little bit too much on the dark, so they want a little bit more hope, right? And that's what was nice about Wonder Woman, right? Yeah. She it was real. It sucked, some of the situation. People die. But then she made things turn around. It's like, you got to keep going. Got to look at what we have versus what we don't have.
And I also like the way they went back in time. And they were during World War I, which is a little different. Do you know what I mean? Usually they would go like World War II. That's what they usually Wonder Woman was involved with. But I just like when they go back in time and seeing the superhero being built that way. It was just kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, and Frank Miller, I think even for himself, he's changing his tune too. Because I don't know if you've seen any of the latest work that he's been doing. He's had a couple of new 5 project deals with DC, which I'll show people. But if you look at some of that work, it looks more optimistic, which kind of shows that even for Frank that he wants a little bit of change. So I think that'd be important to mix it up. It's not the same thing for Batman.
One of the big things people want to see in a new Batman movie is the animated series, which is the cartoon we had on TV. But how
which one?
The one that had more. It was modern days, but still had that. What's that word called? Gomorrah? How do you say it? The kind of detective kind of feel to it, but it was that the animated series, the one that aired in the 90s. They want to see something like that, but it was like the characters were kind of cheesy, and then of course the Riddler was done by our own Mark Hamill.
Yeah, so that one came out from 1992 to 1995, 4 seasons, of course. But if you go to IMDb, it shows you that its popularity has been really sinking in huge numbers. So I kind of disagree with that. I think because you grew up with that.
No, I have no interest in seeing it.
Oh, okay.
I looked online, and this is off of. I've told this off of. This list was actually off of DC's fans that wanted to see motion pictures made. What way would Batman want to go? And the animated series was a big one.
So no disrespect for the DC fans, but remember, they need to bring other fans and newer fans in order for it to be a box office success.
The thing they got to do with a movie is make people talk about it, and they want to keep talking about it over and over and over again. DC doesn't seem to have that longevity with movies to keep going over and over again. So they've got to create something that creates hype. The Dark Knight, he did that. Batman Begins, you always wanted to see next. The Joker, just everything for all 3 movies. All right, let's get in a quick interview, and then we're going to come back because I got to talk about something that's going on with the Magic Kingdom. All right, first I want to talk to a gentleman, Larry Wilcox. He played a gentleman by the name of John, and then we're going to go to Erik Estrada. But first, let's sit down with Larry Wilcox from the TV show Chips.
Look at this. I am sitting with... No, actually, I'm on my knees, and you're sitting. Jeez, you must feel privileged there. We're not that close to San Francisco. No.
I wasn't going to comment.
I'm not going to do that with the CHP. I'm with Larry Wilcox. Did you like that? All tied right in with each other. I loved it. I would always like to salute you first. Marines.
Marines, yes.
My God, my grandfather. So how many tattoos we have on your shoulders?
No tattoos.
None whatsoever.
Yeah. Everyone told me don't get any tattoos, please. And now, everybody in the world gets tattoos.
My mom told me the same thing. But my mom was divorced like 3 times, and we're not going to go in that story. She has a few tattoos. Larry Wilcox, better known for Chips.
Yep.
You're the good-looking one of the pair.
That's what I keep telling Ponch. John Baker, 7 married 3.
You should tell him that all the time. Congratulations being a living icon, having a doll after yourself. Do you own the doll at home by chance?
Yeah, I have a few dolls at home just as mementos.
I'm sorry, action figures.
Yes,
okay,
action figures.
Yeah.
So the story is I go to Toys R Us and my boys are about 9 years old or 8, I don't know, little boys, right? And they never thought anything about me in the film business. And then they walk down the aisle, Dad, come here. You're an action figure. Then I won their respect, I guess.
Did you buy it for them?
Of course.
Oh, that's awesome. You do own them at home? Are they up in display?
I have two. They look like the Neanderthal men, but I have them both.
That's awesome, man. So let's go back a little bit. So Marine to actor.
Right.
How did this happen?
It was even worse than that. I was going to school at the University of Wyoming. My buddy moved to Beverly Hills.
Okay.
So I moved to Beverly Hills because that's where I belong, dude.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills, not Wyoming, right?
I don't know how you afforded that, but that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, he lived in a little grubby apartment that was in Beverly Hills. And I studied music at the Beverly Hills Music Academy, and an old lady, because I played in a rock band, and that means I played C, A minor, F, and G, Help Me, Rhonda, Louie, about all, right? And
wow, you're living this. What year is this?
Oh, must have been 1967.
Wow, you were living the 60s.
Yeah.
All right, and go ahead. You weren't smoking pot or anything back then.
No, and I was going to be, this lady says, you look like Boy Next Door. You ought to come and do acting. Have you ever done acting? I said, yeah, I did a little bit as a smart aleck, but, a ham. So she says, why don't you come study with me? So I studied with her for 2 years. It was the best place in the world for a young man to go because every good-looking girl in the world was there.
Yeah.
And so I studied acting there. She got me an agent. Next thing I know, I'm starring in commercials, and I do Lassie. And Lassie's the star, I'm the co-star. And I was housebroken.
At least they didn't neuter or fix you. You're okay.
That's right.
You're
That's
okay
right.
there. So eventually, just things kind of, your agent just kept auditioning and you got stuff.
I just, in those days there were only 3 networks.
Yeah.
And so, after Lassie, then I did Movies of the Week and Disney movies, and it was almost like I couldn't miss. And it does a weird thing on your heads because there's a point as a young man with male identity crises, not sure who you are, but your ego is telling you have talent. And wrong. I was just natural and kind of normal, I guess, and Boy Next Door. And so I fit the demographic of psychographic perhaps of that day and went on to be successful.
So do you hold everything? Do you hold it to being lucky in Hollywood? Some people, I've talked to some old stars, some new stars, and they're like, it's luck, timing, where you are at the time. Yeah. Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, no doubt.
It is.
Yeah, it was luck. You go on, if you get 1 out of 10 commercials, you're a home run, and I was getting 1 to 2 out of 10. I did tons of commercials. I'd wave to my neighbors in the morning. They'd go to work, and when they came home, I'd be waving at them. I only worked like a month a year and made twice their amount of money,
Wow. I'm going to kill you right now. You're already rubbing it in my face.
Well, it didn't go, the trip or the trap is that there's no longevity. You have a shelf life.
You had a production company. Are you still working with a production company? Is that still going?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Wilcox Productions.
And then what are you guys working on? I know you worked on some big things.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. Probably the most notable and the most enjoyable was I produced a television series for 5 years called the Ray Bradbury Theater on HBO.
Yes, I remember that.
And we had, really good actors like Peter O'Toole and Jeff Goldblum and others.
And how did you feel being behind the opposite way?
I really enjoy it more because intellectually it's more stimulating. As an actor, you do learn a lot about indulgent psychology, what subliminal and overt suggestion, visually and otherwise. But then there's a point where it's like, dude, you're playing house. Get over it. So, producing and directing, I directed also, is the next segue. But in all due respect, it's just a job. Yeah. It's no big deal. Yeah. So
I'm so glad you keep that in mind. Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to keep people thinking that in Hollywood. But that is awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Social media, people want to reach you on, because I know I've gotten so many. I put you on social media, and they love you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
They're all huge. Oh, my God, chips. Oh, my God. Yeah. Because this... my audience, which is even in the Bay Area, they didn't know about this con until I started posting it today.
Oh,
or not.
Yeah, thank you.
So I wish I talked about it more earlier in the week that we got more people out here. But social media to reach you.
So we have a combination of sites. We have LarryWilcox.net, and then on Facebook's Larry Wilcox-7 Mary 3, 7M3. Those were my call letters on chips. I don't know, there's 100,000 followers on there, that frequent those sites. And we have a shop and stores and so on. Then you can go to Cameo, like a Cameo acting job, cameo.com/Larry Wilcox, and then we send messages out to people, Hi, Mrs. Jones, happy birthday, and, don't hug your husband too hard tonight.
How do I get that job? I want to be the guy that calls them. I want to do that.
All right.
Larry Wilcox, thank you so much for sitting with me, man. I appreciate it. And if you need anything, feel free to bug the show. Always bug the show.
Larry Wilcox, nice guy. But you can't have the